Wrestling fans, what is up? So, Friday Night Smackdown, where do we begin? So, it all kicked off with the Bloodline, led by Pepe Le Pew, walking out as if they were going to do unspeakable things to whoever they wanted. But it only turns out that Cody Rhodes, RKO, and Kevin Owens decided to tail them. Turned up, turned into a street brawl, or something that you end up seeing in Roadhouse. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Led by Conor McGregor, obviously. So yeah, it all turned out mental, 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 mental. Cameraman didn't know where to go. It looked like he was drunk. Everyone was filming it. And then all of a sudden, the police showed up with all this, escorted RKO, Kevin Owens, and Cody Rhodes out of the ring. To where? Who knows? They were gone. We then come into the first qualifying match for the Women's Money in the Bank match between Tiff, Jade Cargill, and Candice LeRae, which on paper you're going Jade Cargill to win all day long, but didn't turn out that way for her, did it? So she was on top, she looked like a brute, and she had a lot to prove. She was mastering it, but all of a sudden, Nia Jax decides to turn up. Why? Because her princess of the ring is standing there needing her help. And then what happens? Indy Hartwell appears, takes out Jade Cargill. Why? Who knows? Crazy, right? So Tiff ends up taking the win. Then we come on to the money game. LA Knight versus Logan Paul versus Santos Escobar. So Logan Paul makes a grand entrance, assisted by none other than the New York Knicks' Jalen Brunson. For some strange reason, he decided to bring out a basketball player to help him win a match. Don't get me wrong, nothing against these guys, but why is a basketball player assisting Logan Paul to come and win the match? Anyway, get into the match. LA Knight, he's only got one thing on his brain. Take out Logan Paul because he wants that title. But Escobar, having none of it, tried to team up with him, decided, I've had enough. I'm taking you out. Taking you downtown, son. Didn't work out though, did it? Logan Paul, up to his old tricks. Loved it? Yes. But ended up trying to go for the brass knucks. But, well, none other than the Indiana Pacers star guard, Tyrese Halliburton, decides, you ain't helping him. So we've got a basketball rivalry and a wrestling rivalry coming up against each other. Mad, right? So, Logan Paul thinks that he's got it, but no, LA Knight is having none of it. Rolls up Logan Paul. 1, 2, 3. Head into Money in the Bank. Let's go, baby. Yeah. We come up to our second Money in the Bank qualifying match for the women's division. Naomi, Indy Hartwell, Blair Davenport, who for some reason I kept calling Lindsay Davenport. I don't know why. Brain. Well, anyway, it was a slow match. Nothing fun. It was basically something you watch on Plus One and you're not bothered about it. Anyway, Indy Hartwell thought she had it won. Impressive, but Cargill was having none of it. Turns up at the ring, decides to distract her, and as you would know it, Naomi shows off her athleticism and her funky, funky skills. Goes for the win. 1, 2, 3. Naomi is through. How obvious are we talking? The safest play in the book. So it all comes down to this. The final piece of the night. The Bloodline acknowledgement. Well, we all thought it was Jacob Fatu that was just going to be acknowledged and entered into the Bloodline. But Solo Sikoa had other ideas. We all got down to the ring. All of a sudden, he turns the tables. He pulls out the mic. And then he looks at Paul Heyman. And he brings down Jacob Fatu, who he promised wasn't even there that night. What an absolute knob. Anyway, Fatu appears. Heyman is looking worried. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Solo gets the mic and says, pulls Tamatonga to the front, acknowledge me. It's going down. It's going down. Heyman's face drops. It is going down. So, and then all of a sudden, everyone's acknowledged Solo. Solo is loving life. It's now Paul's turn. Pulls out the beads. Roman Reigns beads. Pulls them out, and then tries to get Paul Heyman to put them on top of him. Heyman is bawling his eyes out. goes to do it, picks the mic up, looks at Solo. I do not acknowledge you. Insane. Heyman has gone against Solo. Let's go. Within a blink of an eye, the Samoan spike right to Heyman. Everyone is in shock. Oh my God. Unreal. I don't even know what to think at this point. I can't even breathe. And then all of a sudden, the Bloodline are just beating him, bashing him about. Everything's happening to him. He's laid out in the middle of the ring. Fatu from the top launches himself. Boom! Right on top of Heyman. You think, alright, it's done. Or Jimmy's going to come to the rescue. Nope, no one is even turning up. So they get him out of the ring. You think, right, they're done with him. They'll do their little cameo, raise the finger, walk off. Do they fuck? All of a sudden, it's time. They get Paul Heyman up. All of them. Lift him up. He's all of a sudden on Fatu's shoulders. You think, no. Announce table. Boom! Straight through it. It was insane. I was in shock. I weren't the only one. Everyone was shook. You do not do that to our wise man, Paul Heyman. What is going on? Anyway, he's laying there, laid out. The fingers raise up. No one comes to Heyman's help. What is going on? Wrestling fans, let me know what you think about that episode. Who's coming to Heyman's rescue? I have a theory. Roman Reigns, or, hear me out, Lesnar is going to appear at Money in the Bank, destroy the Bloodline for good. There is no way either of them two are letting Heyman get that type of beating and let it go unpunished. I'm sorry. Solo is done. I am all for it. Get him out. This Bloodline, no. Anyway, guys, don't forget, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think of that episode. Oh my God. I'm still in shock. Anyway, let's go, wrestling fans. Let's go.